guys, it's Kwana. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Today I'm here to review Hollywood Stargirl. It is a new release from Disney Plus. I believe it released on June 3rd, and I got a chance to watch it this weekend. I'm going to give you my opinion on whether you should watch it or not. But before we do that, do me a favor, and if this is your first time at my channel, or if you for some reason haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button right below. And don't forget, if you like this video, to give it a big thumbs up. I'm going to be telling you my non-spoilery take on Hollywood Stargirl and whether or not you should give it a look-see. So if you had an opportunity in 2020 to watch the first adaptation of Stargirl, which is a book written by Jerry Spinelli, and it was adapted in 2020, one of the things that you'll note is that Stargirl, although she is the titular character, she is not the protagonist of the first book or its sequel necessarily. However, Disney decided that they had too big of a star in Grace Vanderwaal. They decided to create a sequel that deviates from the original sequel of the books and give her her own show. And in this one, she is the star and the protagonist. Now, first and foremost, let me give you a little bit of a quick synopsis about the film. So kind of picking up where the first one leaves off, we get to follow Stargirl as she and her mother move away, and they move to La La Land, where her mother is going to pursue being a costume designer for a big budget film. And Stargirl is not too happy about that. She is upset that she spent her days and her life kind of always moving around, bouncing around from one place to the next, never really making friends or family. And this is one of the things that she makes her mother promise. This is the summer before her senior year of high school, and she wants to continue her whole year in LA and get an opportunity to make friends and to create a family. And this is the major motivation behind the film. It's Stargirl's journey to discover herself and to discover the friends that will eventually become her little village. This film has a lot of great stars. One of them is the returning star, Judy Greer, who plays her mother. And there is a special appearance by megastar Thurman. And the film has a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful group of individuals who come together to create this project. The film is beautifully shot. Cinematography is breathtaking. The film is a very quiet film, and so it deviates from your traditional Disney comedy or Disney romantic teen flick that you would see on the Disney Channel. This is very much upscaled. It feels very much like Disney goes independent, high art house film. And that's what this movie feels like. And I think it's significant that they loved Grace so much they decided they wanted to really give her a highlight for her character to find herself and really to allow Grace to shine. And Grace is breathtaking in this role. You can't really look away from her. She's mesmerizing. It's almost as though Jerry Spinelli created the character of Stargirl. Like he looked into the future and saw Grace Vanderwaal and decided to create a character that she could one day play. And so for that, I think the film is lovely to watch. It's rated PG, and with the exception of the D word and the H word, those are the only two words that are in the film that might somewhat be inappropriate for younger audiences. Now, I will say this, your young kids are not going to want to watch this film. They're not going to want to sit still. It is a very quiet movie, and there is not a lot that's happening on the screen, so it's definitely not geared toward younger audiences. But I would say it's appropriate for anyone ages 10 and up, and probably more appropriate from ages 13 to 16, who are kind of in that merging self-identity exploration dating zone. But I also found the film quite enjoyable as an adult. Now, I will say this, some things that I did not like about the film, it felt like the plot was a little thin, that it was so character-centric that it really didn't have a whole lot of conflict. What conflicts did arise for the characters were resolved extremely quickly. And there's not a whole lot of character development. It's pretty much like Stargirl says this is what she wants, and you're just kind of along the ride to see if she gets it. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't seem as if she goes through a monumental change. Stargirl's always been kind of quirky. She's always seemed like she had a good grasp of her own self-identity. So there's not a lot for her to do, excuse me, In the first film, she's kind of a magical character where she's just there to enact change in the main character of the first film and in the book series. Now, this film attempts to address this and attempts to address the fact that Stargirl is finally her own character. And while that message is extremely important in the film, I don't think that it does a great job of that simply because the conflicts are resolved so quickly. Primary conflicts that come up for Stargirl exist around the character of her mother, who she's got to convince to allow them to actually have some time here to make connections and to make friends. And then the character that is played by Thurman, who she has some conflict with, but that is very quickly resolved as well. But this film is beautiful. It feels very much like an independent rom-com or independent romance kind of high art film, and not like your traditional Disney film like High School Musical or anything like that. And so for that, it's quite a departure for the Disney brand. Disney, of course, does very stylized movies, but I don't think that they've really done that in the teen space, and so this feels like they're trying to do that in the teen space. I wish that the plot was a little stronger, but just as like a lazy afternoon kind of rom-com, I think this film does a good job. I would give this film a B plus. I would give it higher if the plot and the dialogue were just a little bit stronger. But again, what saves this film is the performance by Grace Vanderwaal, also the performance by all of the actors, and also the cinematography and the music score. You know, I kind of wish that they wanted to let Grace shine in singing. I wish they would have dialed back a little bit on that, spent a little bit more time focused on the plot. But all in all, Hollywood Stargirl is a great film. Have you had a chance to watch it yet? If so, don't forget to let me know down below in the comments what you thought about this film. And if you haven't watched it, go ahead and head over to Disney Plus, give it a watch, and then come back and let me know what you thought about it, okay? All right, guys, so that's all I have for you today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles!